Okay guys, so what we need to do right now at this spot, we need to give this a command of 600 millimeter from the bottom, so it goes up to fit in. Okay, perfect. So after this, now we are through with the ground floor. Let me check. We are through with the ground floor. So the next thing we need to do right now is to elevate this. We are through with the DPC level. This is the DPC level. So now let's elevate to the ground floor. For you to do that, you create a copy of this, create a copy of this, unselect this, highlight the one that you want to copy. So I don't need this vehicle, I don't need this part, I don't need this part, I don't need this part, I don't need this part either. So I'll press my Ctrl C. I'll allow it to load because I'm trying to create a copy. It has loaded. So I'll come down to this part, then I'll go to my ground floor. The setting is there. I'll come to this part and activate trace. In case trace is not activated, you can see what this was on the DPC level is reflecting. So I'll just click my paste, then I'll click my OK. Let's check that on 3D. Okay, perfect. You can see, guys, you can see that it's been elevated right now. This is the main lodge, this is the dining kitchen, then this is the balcony, and this is the visitor's toilet, which is very necessary. So now let's go back to our ground floor and let's tag these stuffs. Let's label this. So I'll come down here. This is main lodge, this is main lodge. Let's label them so you can understand very well what we're doing. This is main lodge. Okay, this is main lodge. So this is dining area, this is dining area. Okay, so bring this here. This is dining area. Then this is kitchen, this is the kitchen. Okay, so we have this to be the balcony, we have this to be the balcony, we have this to be the balcony. Okay, then we have this to be the visitor toilet, that's WC. We normally name it WC. Okay, so we have this to be the entrance. Let's create it here. We have this to be the entrance, we have this to be the entrance. Okay, this is the entrance. Then we have this to be the garage, we have this to be the garage. Okay, we have this to be the garage. Okay, okay, perfect. So guys, you can see the next thing we need to do right now. Please don't forget to save your project. Always remember to save your project. So next thing we should be looking at right now is our door and window schedule. So we'll come down to our design tools. Under, you go to your door tools, you go to your door settings, then you choose this, choose any door of your choice. And I'm going to choose this door, and the width of the door should be 1.2 meter, except otherwise. The height is okay. You don't need to edit the height, and to shoot C2 stories. Okay, then you don't need to click anything on the review to wall face. All you need to do is come down to your frame level. You come down to your door and leave. You can decide to choose any design of the door that you want. I like using this, my HV grid. I like using it. So you come down to side panel. You can decide to use this, or you can decide to use smooth. So let's just take this side panel to be, let's say, plain. Okay, I prefer plain for the side panel. Then let's come to opening angle. We don't really need to edit anything there. Opening lines, you don't need anything. Then all you need to go to is model and the handle. So you come down to the handle. This is the handle. So I decide to use this handle, and I'm using it for outside and the inside. This is what I'm using. You can decide to change the height to whatever and the position to any other level. In here, I don't like doing anything here. I just change my handle to this way. You can select your handles. You can see it very well. I just select my handle to my preferred one, and that is all. Then the next thing you need to go into is your model. You need to check your model attribute very well. Your model, lest you don't get it there, you come down here, 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 you check here, you check here, you come down here, review wall openings. Okay, perfect. You check it on model attributes. Now this model attributes, this part is very, very important. You see this sleeve glass. This sleeve glass is simply the surface. It's the surface of the glass, the door. If you don't edit it, if you don't change it to your desired colors, if you use the factory color to it, anything you are editing when you are doing the final rendering, anything you are editing that has similar model, once you are editing that thing, the edition go to every similarities. So that's one more reason why you need to be very careful on this. So after that, you click OK, you come here. Let's our first door here. Let's our first door here. Let's see that on 3D. Okay, you can see very well. This is what we have on 3D. Okay, we have this on 3D. Okay, this is what we have on 3D. You can see. How do you think? Okay guys, what do you think? This is cool, right? Now you can see this is what we have on 3D. So the next thing we need to go into right now is our inside doors. Let's check our inside doors. So first we need opening here, so which means we need to split this wall. You come to split tools, you pick this, or if you don't want to split your walls, you can use doors on that. Let's use door on that, so it will be more professional. So let's come to this part. First let's pick our 900mm door. We pick this, all this angle. You really don't need to edit all this because these are internal doors. You can only edit all this part if you are doing the final rendering. So since I'm not doing internal rendering, I really don't need all those doors. So I'll just click OK and pick any of these choice. So I prefer to put the kitchen door here. Okay, then the balcony, I prefer to put the balcony door here. Okay, let's reduce the balcony door to be 750mm. Let's reduce this to 750mm. Okay, perfect. So which means we have to increase this wall for the door to match. Okay, so if we do that, we have to go back to our DPC level. Let's check what do we have here. We have, okay, let's just change this to 800mm. Let's just change this wall to 800mm. Okay, if we are done that, then let's go back to our wall tools and change this thickness to 150mm to help minimize our space. So we'll come back here, we'll take this to this. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to our ground floor, our DPC level. We'll come here, we change this to 150mm like we agreed, 150mm. Then we increase this to 900 to 800mm. We increase this to 800mm as agreed. Then we move this to match. Okay, we take this off because we won't need it anymore. We check that on 3D, not yet. Let's go back to our ground floor level. Okay, you can see we're having a perfect match for that. So that is being solved. So this is the balcony, we're working on that. So let's go for the door, 750mm. This is the toilet door. We'll put this toilet door under the staircase flight. You know the staircase is going to fly from here, and as it goes higher, as it goes further, we'll be having a space under the, at least there's going to be a sufficient height for this door to be accessed. But I was thinking of you putting it here so that there could be a bar on this part. I wanted to use this part as a bar, but this visitor's toilet is very necessary, except the client said we should put it outside. The door should be outside. If the client said the door should be outside, then this part can be used as a bar. So that's not what we are into right now. That is for client to decide. So let's check that on our 3D, or let's complete our openings. Now let's go to doors. Now we want to do the arc, so we'll come down to this part. On these parts, what you need to is empty door openings. This is what you need, empty doors opening. I need a square arc on that. Then I need this to be 2 meter. I need this to be 2 meter, and that is also. I'll come down to this spot. I'll place it here. Okay, then I'll come down to this spot. I'll reduce this to be 1.5 meter. I'll reduce this to be 1.5 meter. Okay, so I'll paste it here. Okay, perfect. So what else do I need? Nothing. Let's check that on 3D, guys. Let's check what we just did on 3D. Okay, let's play around. Now we have our doors. Okay, let's go from the up section. Now you can see that we are having our opening, but the height is not sufficient enough. But I'm not really doing a 3D though. I'm not doing a 3D, so if not, I would have, this has to be increased. This door has to be increased. The height of this door has to go up. Now in case, but I'm not really doing a 3D job, but I just want to show you what I mean by that. This is a beam, and the beam is always 225mm higher. So let's say 200, 2.1, 225. That's 325. That's 325. I added 225 to this. Yeah. Okay. So the same thing here. 325. 325. The same thing. So let's check that on 3D. Okay, you can see it's higher than the door. Let me rotate very well so you can see it. Okay, this is the dining. It's higher than the door. Okay, you can see this is the proper way of a dining. I can try to create a design here, but I'm not doing the 3D. Except if you want us to do the 3D modeling of this project, kindly drop it on the comment section. So you can see now this is the balcony. You can see that this is the balcony and it's fitted in perfectly. And this is the visitor toilet. I can decide to put my staircase here. I decide to put, this is my stair region. I'm not, like I said, I'm not doing the 3D, so I'm not really going to concentrate on all those staircase and the rest. I'm just going to indicate them using my line tools. And this is the kitchen. You can see the kitchen, and that's the dining. So let's go back to our job. Please don't forget to save your project. It's very, very essential so you don't lose anything. Okay, so after this being done, what do we need to do? Let's check the 3D again. Okay, this is being elevated. Okay, everything is going smoothly and perfect. Now let's go back to our ground floor. Now let's go to our window. Let's go to our window. Now we need this wall to be window. So let's come back under your design tools. That's where you can get your window tools. So from there you pick your window settings, and once you are done with that, which you need to choose the window of your choice. So I'm going to use a straight wall window on this, and I'm going to take a height of, we have 360 plus 360. What's the final height? Now let's make this window to be 6 meter. Okay, let's go with 6 meter. Let's take this window to be 6 meter, and let's take the, okay, sorry, the height should be 6 meter. The height should be 6 meter, and the width should be 600. Okay, the width should be 750 millimeter. Let's go. And we are taking this window from the ground floor straight to the up floor. So let's bring this wall up. Okay, so that's done. Now I'm going to show you something. Now if you can see very well, this window has flight from the ground floor down to the up floor, leaving this wall behind, and this window and this wall is connected. So I don't want to create another wall here, so all I need to do is make this wall to go directly to the upside. So which means I have to come, after clicking my wall, I have to come to my wall setting tools and include the height of the first floor to it and click OK. Do you understand what I just did? I have to include the height of the first floor to what I just did, and that is how I'm able to achieve this. Now I want this window to come down the more. I want this window to come down. So that's why I always tell you guys that 3D is the best way to start your design. If you want to start your design, always work the 3D before you go into the 2D. Once you are done with the 3D, forward it to the client for inspection. Once the client said, okay, perfect, I'm okay with this, that is when you can start playing with the 2D. Okay, so now this, we have a height of 750 millimeter. I think it's too small to my liking because I have more space. Okay, no, let's just leave that. I think we should even go with 600 millimeter because I'm using this center for a design. So let's go with 600 millimeter. Okay, 600 millimeter. I think I'm okay with this. First, I want this wall to go. I don't like this. This has to come this way, and this has to come this way. Okay, let's check that. This has to come this way. I'm coming, guys. I want to check something. Let's check 3D. Okay, perfect. So I think I'm okay with it because I have a design at this edge and I have the same design at this edge. So I'll move this window. Okay, let's move this window this way. Let's move this window this way. Okay, let's go back to the 3D and work it properly. Now I think I want this window to go to 750 millimeter. Like I said, okay, I'm okay with 750 millimeter. Let me check then. Bring this to this way. Okay, so go back to 3D. Now what do I do? What was the thickness of this? 600. This thickness was 600, right? Okay, there's going to be a work here to do. 600 millimeter. I want this glass to touch this wall. So if I take away, I have a total of 720. I'm coming, guys. I need my calculator for this. Okay, I have a total of 720 on this. I'm coming. Let me go through something. I have a total of 720 on this minus 600. 720 minus 600. That's 6.6 meter. That's what I have. 6.6 meter. So if I'm having 6.6 meter in total minus 135, I'm having 5250. So this wall has to be, this has to go this way. Okay, I'm bringing this down to this way. I want this wall to come down. Chill. Okay, chill to ceiling. Let's do 100 and see. What do you think? Okay, it's too down. Okay, I think it's too down. It's below my damp proof course. I want this wall to come up. So let's do this to be 150. Let's do this to be 150. Okay, Then let's increase this to be 6.5. Okay, any other adjustments will be done as we progress. Okay guys, now you can see we are having a full glass wall on this part, a full glass wall on this part. That's what we are having right now. Okay, a full glass wall on this part. Now since we have this, since we are having this, what do you think is next? Okay, let's continue from the ground floor. We're through with that. So we need our window. Let's come back to our window tools, go back to our window settings. Here we now have to choose our normal window height. Our normal window height should be 150mm, and cheat to ceiling should be, our normal window height should be 150. Okay, then cheat to ceiling should be 730. Okay, you click your OK, click your OK. I need a window here, but a smaller one. I need a window of 450mm here, just something small. I was thinking of using 2 though. Okay, let me use one because I want to put the lights here. Okay, so right here I need a 750mm window, so I'll go back to my 750mm. Then I'll work with this. I'll put one here, then I'll put the other one here. Okay, then I'm having one here. Okay, then I'm having one here. Okay, then I think I need one under the staircase for cross ventilation. Then I'm having 2 here. Okay, I'm having 2 here. Then I'm having 2 here. Okay, now this is the toilet window, so I have to change the height. I have to change the width to 500mm and the height is 600. Then sheet to ceiling I have to change to 1530. Then I'll put it here. Let's check what we just did on 3D. Okay, let's check that on 3D. Okay, you can see guys, you can see we are having, this one is a bit down, so which means this has to be 7. Okay, perfect. Now we are having them right where we want them. Okay, now let's keep going. Okay, I'm putting a light here and I'm putting a light here. So guys, you can see our design is coming out nicely. Our design is coming out nicely, and I think we are good to go. We are good to go with the ground floor. Okay guys, in case you're just coming across the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. It's very, very important. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, so first we need to go back to our ground floor. Now we want to work the ground floor slab, so we'll come down to our design tools, we activate our document and click our line tools. Then from the line tools, I want a push out of 600mm, a push out of 600mm, so I'm bringing it to the spot. Okay, if I have this to be this, that means I have to increase this margin to touch this, and that simply means I have to go back to my DPC level and do the same thing. Okay, I have to bring this to this spot. Okay, then I have to bring this likewise to this spot. Okay, offset edge, bring this to this spot. Then I'll come back to my ground floor level. Then let's see what I just did on 3D. Okay, it's perfect this way. It's perfect this way. But the down one is lacking something. The down is lacking something. The down is lacking something. Let's try to use these 6. Let's try to use this 600mm. Okay, so let's take this to touch this. Then let's bring this to touch this likewise. Then let's take this off, or we won't be needing it anymore. Now let's check that on 3D to have a proper alignment. Still missing. Okay, let's do it. Now these walls are not aligned, so there you can see very well that these two walls are not aligned, so we need to work that out. So first we'll come down to this spot, we'll go back to, okay, this is the ground floor, this is the ground floor. Let's pick a total line to know from this end point down to this end point. What do we have? We have 4520. So we'll come back to the DPC level, we'll pick our line spot and take from this end point 4520. Take this off. Okay, now you can see there's a power of alignment. So we'll come down to the spot, we take this, we align this to this, then we'll take this, we align this to this. So we'll bring this here to this. Okay, perfect. Let's check that up. Aligns. You can see we're now having a proper wall. We're now having a proper wall. Okay, so the next thing we need right now is, let's say, okay, should we increase this a bit? Let's go back to our DPC level and bring this to match this. Let's take this way, then let's increase this to this. Okay, let's go back to, so we can be able to cover the vehicle properly. So let's go back to this and take this to match this. Let's check that on 3D, guys. Okay, perfect guys. So you can see what we are creating. Perfect. So now what is the next thing to do? What is the next thing to do? The next thing to do, what do you think is the next thing to do? Let's go back to our ground floor. Now we need a cantilever. This is a cantilever, so which means we need a cantilever. I'm going to show you how to detail a cantilever on the final plan. This is a cantilever. We come down to this spot, we pick it here, then we come down to this spot, we bring it here. Okay, so we click OK. Do we need cantilever any other region? I think every other region is okay, but let's check. Now let me take this off first, but I don't need it. Okay, okay, so I think I might need a little pushed out at the back, a little pushed out of, like, let's say 300 millimeter for me to have proper room size. 300 millimeter is okay. So I align this to this, align this to this, align this to this, and click OK. Then I delete this. Okay, so this being done, I'm ready for my slab. I cannot slab this project. Now how do I do that? Easy. I'll come down to my design tools and pick my slab layout. Then I'll come down to this and change the slab to 350 millimeter. I'll change the slab to 3600. That's the final height. I'll come down to my slab settings. I'll change this up part to ties, which is already working, and every other thing is okay. So I'll click my OK. So once that is being done, I could just come here and pick this, then take all edges. I'll take all my edges. I'll come down to this spot, take all my edges. Okay, always zoom so you can get a proper edge click. So I'll come down to this spot, I'll pick all my edges, come back to this spot. Okay, right here we're going to do some offset, but I'm going to show you that. Okay, now let's check that on 3D. Okay, perfect. You can see it's coming out nicely. What do you think, guys? In case you're just coming across the channel, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. So on our next class, first of all, we're through with this class. So on our next class, we're going to be learning how to elevate this structure up and how to properly complete our modeling. So you can see the ground floor is ready. The ground floor is ready, perfectly ready. You can see everything about the ground floor is ready. You can see very well it's ready. I've already slabbed the project. You can see it's slabbed. This is the interior, but I'm not doing interior design, so that's the reason. Okay, now you can see this is the ground floor. This is a small building in a small land, but it's small but it's cool. You can use this design mostly in estates. If you have estate plans, this is perfect for your estate plans. You can see. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. See you on our next class. Don't miss out. In case there is anything you omitted or if there's anything you want to learn, please kindly indicate in the comment section. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. One love.